Hello everybody. Hi, this is Manisha. Again, I am there with a new presentation on the inside view of VAT with the new updates which have come up in VAT. And secondly, I would like to show you how accounting is being done, was being done, has been done till date in VAT in Tally ERP, which is one of the most commonly used software. So let's start off with it, an inside view of VAT. Topics covered are VAT calculation, VAT Tally ERP9 and updates. I'll just give you an idea how it is. What is VAT? VAT is value added tax, as you know. Now, what is value added? Value addition is if we have purchased anything and have done any addition on it, that addition is value addition. Tax has to be paid on the addition. So, the tax which is being paid on the addition which we have done is value added tax. Like if we buy anything and if we do any addition, monetary, quantitative, whatever, the addition is value added and the tax on it is value added tax. Let's see it with a help of example. Like we purchased from supplier A. Let me take an example of dolls. We purchased dolls from supplier A. The value was 1000 dirhams. VAT at the rate of 5% is 50. Total is 1050 dirhams. Now we sold to customer B. Sale at 1200 dirhams. VAT at the rate of 5% is 60. So total is 1260 dirhams. The VAT payable is VAT charged on sale minus VAT paid on purchase. The VAT paid on purchase is we have paid to the supplier A 50 dirhams. So the difference is 10 dirhams, 60 minus 50, 10 dirhams which we are supposed to pay more to the department. Now we can verify that with this thing. Value addition is sales minus purchase. 1200 minus 1000, that is 200 at the rate of 5% gives us 10 dirhams. So now hence value addition tax payable is equal to VAT payable. 10 equals to 10. Now comes tally entry of VAT. What is the tally entry of VAT? I'm just giving you an insight as to how the accounting of VAT has to be done if you are a small size firm or this whichever firm. But you know, it isn't like Oracle and all these things are different. But for small firms or something who have their own small tallies or who are using that only, this is the way we can do it. I've created a fictitious company in the name of ABC Traders. No vouchers entered. Now you can see that there is accounts information, which is the first head in which we are going. We go and we see groups and ledgers. We go in ledgers, and then we see create, display, alter. We go in create. When we go into the ledger creation, this thing, we make name VAT at the rate of 5% under the heading duties and taxes, and then we go enter, and then we save this thing. Next, we do a saving for supplier A. We go in sundry creditors. Like for in the ledger, we have to go for all ledgers. First, we have to fix up all the ledgers so that we are able to pass any voucher entry or any other entries. Purchase account, purchase accounts. Then yes, and again we save it. I'm just giving you an idea how it is to be done. Dolls, purchase account, and then save it. Same way, sales, customer B, and everything we have to create it. Next, now we go to the account voucher creation. We go there and we see purchase number 1, supplier invoice 01, date, party account name is supplier A, purchase ledger, dolls, name of the item. We put here 20 pieces, rate is 50, and we get amount is 1000. Same VAT at the rate of 5%. We put here 5% and we get the amount 50. So total we get is 1050. Here is the narration column in which we'll write goods purchased. So this is it, and then we save it. Then comes the sales ledger, sales accounting voucher creations. Sale number 1, reference delivery challan number 1, party account name supplier B, sales account dolls, it is 20 quantity, 60 per C60, that is the rate, that comes to 1200. VAT at the rate of 5%, which gives us 5%, and this gives us 60, so 1260. And here we write the narration goods sold on credit, so that we are able to remember it, because for the whole year we won't be able to remember what we have done and what is the narration document. Next, then we go keep on doing escape, and we go to the main menu. In that we see before quit it comes display. We go in that, then we go to the account books, then ledger. We get these ledgers which we have created: cash, dolls, purchase account, sales account, supplier A, supplier B, VAT at the rate of 5%. We created the account with the name of VAT at the rate of 5%, so that we are able to remember what is the rate which we have done. We don't need to again do it again and again. So now this is the heading, this is the ledger voucher, ledger, VAT at the rate of 5%, supplier A, it automatically comes up 50, purchases, supplier B, sales 60. There comes a difference of 10, if you can see. To correct it, we will pass a journal entry for the payment of VAT. So VAT at the rate of 5%, debit 10, to cash, credit 10. So we do a VAT payment, which gives us 10, 10. Okay. Then comes up VAT at the rate of 5%, supplier A 50. As you can see, it is 50, supplier B 60, and cash 10. It comes up, and then here we get a zero closing balance. This is the way the journal entries are supposed to be done and supposed to be made zero. We have paid to the department, we have paid to everybody. So now VAT updates. What are the new VAT updates which have come up till 14th of November? The Federal Tax Authorities has called upon business registered for excise to file their October returns before the deadline on November 15th, 2017 in order to avoid penalties. So now whatever these registered enterprises had come up for carbonated drinks and all these, they have to file their return or else they will be penalized. The authority has stressed the necessity of filing returns regularly before the 15th of every month for the previous tax period. All businesses registered for excise tax must pay the due tax on excisable goods, which is 50% on carbonated drinks and 100% on tobacco products and energy drinks, to avoid penalties stipulated in the section. According to this, the failure of the registrant to submit the return within the time frame specified in the law will subject them to an automatic 1,000 dirhams penalty in the first time and 2,000 in case of repetition within 24 months. The cabinet decision also states that if a taxable person fails to settle the payable tax stated in the submitted tax return or tax assessment, he or she was notified within the time frame specified in the tax law, he will be obligated to pay a late payment of penalty of 2% of the unpaid tax, due immediately once the payment of payable tax is late, 4% due on the 7th day following the deadline for the payment, and 1% daily penalty will be charged on any amount that is still unpaid 1 calendar month following the deadline for payment, with the upper ceiling being 300%. Now that's a lot of hole in your pockets, I'm telling you. This is so much of penalty that if you do it, if you go along with it, I think so it'll be better, or else it'll be a lot of penalty to go for. Businesses are also required to ensure the accuracy of the data being submitted, as the submittal of an incorrect tax return by the registrant can incur a fixed penalty of 3,000 dirhams plus a percentage based penalty of up to 50% of the amount paid. Now that's too much. So VAT, you need to know what all are we break down the higher and the low of the tax systems to be rolled out. So what are the foods which are taxed? Food, water bills, electricity bills, jewelry, cars, car rentals, electronics, smartphones, watches, dining out, entertainment, commercial rents, tenancy contracts, plastic surgery, hotel service, apartment, private public school uniforms, private school books. Now these all things is coming under VAT. Exemptions comes for medical fees, exam fees, air travel, local transport, medicines, residential rents, basic and preventive surgery, public school books. These are exempt. Medical exam fees, now people in public schools I think so are much more safe than the private ones, but still the uniforms are taxable, I'm telling you. 53 days as on 14th November, 53 days left for implementation, of which are 35 days of working. VAT comes into effect from 7 a.m. on January 1, 2018. I think so you should pull up your socks and start getting used to it, and brush up your back up yourself and start getting into it. If you need any more information from me, any help from me, I've given my mobile number and my email ID. You can call me up and I'll be there to help you. Thank you so much.